Hello, my name is Ahmed Mosaed. I'm going to be giving a quick overview about hydraulic fracturing. Fracking simply means breaking up a rock. Fracking techniques are used in tight sandstone formations and shale formations to increase permeability and porosity, and ultimately the recovery rate of the reservoir. Every shale formation have different properties and characteristics, and upon that the hydraulic fracturing process will change. But commonly the hydraulic fracturing process is a completion method. It starts after drilling is done, casing and cementing have been installed. We have three common fracking techniques: the PMP, the BACS, and the CTACS, which we can use any of them to fracture the formation. But due to formation pressure, the fracks will try to close up again. And in this case, we start injecting the hydraulic fluid that carries a propellant. This propellant goes up to the fracks and helps keeping them open, and uh, and then we can start our production.
My name is Mina Hanna, and I'll be talking about our field Forman Butte. We have seen that there has been no gas or water injections since North Dakota is famous for its back-end shale formation, which means that we are dealing with a low permeability formation. Thus, gas and water injections will not work. Forman Butte field is a shale formation, and almost all of the wells in our field are oil and gas wells. As a result, hydraulic fracturing is very useful to our field to increase oil and gas production. We will be researching more and more to solve the following questions. Our first question is that if we can perform a fracking job for this field, and how are we going to choose the best well to apply hydraulic fracturing? And if we apply hydraulic fracturing, are we going to economically benefit from the productions that'll be made after applying unconventional methods, since hydraulic fracturing is very expensive to perform? Additionally, we need to account for stresses that will try to close the fracks and choose a propellant that can overcome these forces.
Hello, my name is Abdul Homran, and today we will be talking about hydraulic fracturing in our field. First of all, it can help us in a low permeability reservoir by increasing the flow rate of oil and gas. Since the permeability is real low in the reservoir rocks, the fluid flow is affected, therefore, these rocks are highly resistant. One of the main reasons is because the reservoir rocks goes through physical and chemical processes, where reservoir rocks has been changed due to the processes over a period of time. These processes have affected the opening of the rock, which reduce the fluid to flow through the rocks. It also benefits us to decrease the pressure drop around the well. In oil and gas reservoir, pressure drop could release gas as well cause the formation of the fluid around the well. Therefore, when pressure drop happens, it increases the saturation of the second phase fluid that causes low permeability of the prime fluids. When we apply hydraulic fracturing, it helps the oil and gas wells to decrease the pressure drop and increase the production.
If we are going to talk about hydraulic fracturing, we'll see that hydraulic fracturing means use chemicals to recover hydrocarbons from the reservoir. That's why most of the people stands against the idea of fracturing. But actually, the mixture of fracturing contains 90% water, 9.5% sand, and only 0.5% chemical. And we can find the same chemicals that used in fracturing in most of the products that people use daily. However, the most fear of fracturing is chemical leaking into aquifers. So the well takes about 4 to 8 weeks to be prepared for the fracturing process, and that to isolate fracture mixture from the aquifers. So the process is first insert a steel casing facing the open hole, cement it, then insert another casing made from cement, then cement it again. And also one of the rules of using fracturing process is to make sure that the surface casing starts 50 feet below the aquifers, not less.
In conclusion, as engineers, we consider hydraulic fracturing to be a difficult task to perform under multiple complicated conditions. Thus, this task needs to be understood thoroughly, design an optimal fracture treatment, and then successfully pump it in order to efficiently as well as cost effectively to recover oil and gas from our wells. Thank you.